Welcome to Swap School, where we take the mystery out of late model Hemi swaps. If you've ever looked at a Gen 3 Hemi swap and thought, there's no way it should be this complicated, well, you're in the right place. I'm Blake Anderman, and on this podcast, we break down wiring, electronics, tuning, accessories, and everything in between, step by step. This is so real enthusiasts can understand it without the headaches and all the nuances. Swap School is proudly sponsored by Sublime Technologies, the premier source for Gen 3 Hemi swap components, built by people who actually do the swaps. No gatekeeping, no guesswork, just real knowledge. Class is in session. Let's get to swapping. All right, everyone. Welcome to Swap School. This is lesson 1, Meet the Teacher. So who am I? And why did this podcast all get started? That's a very good question. My name is Blake Anderman, and I am a self-proclaimed automotive enthusiast and a lover of all things Mopar. It is what it is. Can't help it. My passion started at a very young age. I was actually a patient at St. Jude's Children's Hospital when I was about 8 years old. And the only thing I could do at that time to keep my mind off the pain and the chaos going around on a daily basis was to assemble model cars and anything that really circled around it. It was my escape. I completely confess. It is just what kept me motivated. It kept me going day in and day out. And I knew even back then at a very young age that I was destined for something in the automotive industry. It's in my DNA. It's who I am. And I spent many years in high school, college, you know, trying to get away from that and maybe listening to people who were not good influences tell me that I was wasting my time. The automotive industry is for gearheads, grease monkeys, grease jockeys, whatever you want to call it, and people that were of lesser intelligence. That's not the case. That's completely bogus. Ultimately, through college, I just knew that I wanted to be in the automotive industry and I wanted to design car parts. I wanted to be part of the process of creating these automobiles that we love so much. Couldn't really afford the whole college thing. So I worked many jobs, you know, at sometimes three jobs at once while going to school full time. Now that did have a negative impact. I'm not going to lie. It took me a good 8 years to get out of engineering school, mechanical engineering school at LSU. But I did so with every ounce of integrity, grit, and drive that I could possibly have. I worked in local speed shops, from LS speed shops to all out muscle car building shops, diesel repair shops. I waited tables. I bartended. I worked in top secret, government testing labs within the LSU campus. I did it all. Whatever I could to put money in my checking account to afford some ramen noodles and to get to class on Monday morning. That's what I did. So as far as accreditation, I guess you could call it, I ultimately did get my engineering degree. I spent over 25 years in the automotive industry working on various makes, models, and understanding the principles behind them, how they ticked. I have almost 16 years in the manufacturing industry, and I have been in the Hemi world since 2010, creating harnesses and products for this community. So that's kind of who I am. Now let's get into how this whole Hemi journey, this swap journey started. It literally started in a one-bedroom apartment in South Texas. Immediately after graduating, I had a job offer for South Texas, and I took it because it was money that I'd never had before. It was a bribe given to me to cast aside my automotive dreams. And I took it. Money was tight. I was recently engaged, and I just wanted a way out of the way I've been living for a long time. While working by day in this chemical industry, I would sit on my apartment floor and review engineering diagrams from service manuals directly from Chrysler, learning the ins and outs of these Hemi swaps for one sole purpose, and that was to build a Plymouth Barracuda with a modern Hemi powertrain. That's just what I wanted. That's all I wanted to accomplish at the time. I figured, hey, I gave up on my automotive dream. That's never going to happen. But I can at least build something for me, something that I had been dreaming of since I was 8 years old. And that was just building a CUDA, a super cool car with a really good engine, a good powertrain. As things progressed and harnesses became, I guess, available, we started producing them. A following started. We started a website called DIY Hemi. Some of you may know that from years and years ago. And it was just a place that I could plaster everything I learned about the platform and how to build a wiring harness. In those early days, we just really wanted you to build your own. We're going to give you all the tools to do so and a step by step guide. That's what we wanted. We wanted to spread the knowledge in a community that was very tight lipped. And back in those days, no one shared this information. If you had a Hemi swap, it was a mystery in how you did it, and people kind of used it as maybe an accolade or some sort of I don't know, a leverage over someone else. Like, yeah, well, I did it, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I thought that it should be open for everyone. So DIY Hemi took off, did really well, and people started asking lots of questions, which were great. But with a full time job, full time career, and a family on the way, I couldn't keep up. I literally I couldn't keep up. So we said, okay, let's go into production because if we produce these things more so than we did before, we were kind of mixing, produce some, teach people how to do it. Hey, go out and do your own. It's great. As we started producing things and the technical help ramped down, we were able to really invest in new designs, new platforms, new products because we weren't so stagnant in answering phone calls and doing all the technical help for people building their own harnesses. And the community responded so positively. We got to a point where we knew that this thing was bigger than we had ever anticipated it being. So we went to the US Patent Office. At the patent office, the review took a lengthy 6 months. In those 6 months, our application for DIY Hemi was declined. The attorneys at the US Patent Office said, hey, anything Hemi related is owned by FCA at the time. I think what it was. So Chrysler owned it. We couldn't touch it. Pick a new name, but you can't have this one. And that's what we did. We picked Sublime Technologies for a couple reasons. One, you know, the term sublime itself kind of alludes towards excellence and a quality of work that we really wanted to be associated with. Two, Sublime Green, man. I mean, come on. We got it everywhere. Sublime Green is a cool color and it's an attention grabber. It says, here I am. We're here to party. We're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. Much like the Hemi swap industry. We're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. And that's what it's all about. Since that day, we have successfully filed and attained our trademark for Sublime Technologies. So that's legitimate. And we are continuing to push the boundaries, learn new things, and offer new products to this market because it's rightfully needed. It's justified. That's just what we do. As we progress with this podcast, I really want everyone to know that this is for you. This is our way of giving back to this community that has been so great to us. We're going to have individual lessons. We're going to go over the common tiers of the Hemi swap and the categories that you need to understand in order to have a successful project. We're also going to bring in guests to talk about their projects and help them navigate through the problems that they may be having. You're also going to see industry leading experts join us. Many of our friends across this Mopar community that we have coming in and explaining what they do, what products they have to offer, and what they really enjoy about this. Now, as a last thing I want to mention here, we also want to bring in complete newbies, beginners into this industry, set them down right here with us and go over their dreams, their ambitions, their goals from start to finish and help them navigate their swamp. So if you ever wanted to say, hey, I just want someone to tell me what I need to do, I'm lost, I don't even know where to start, that's going to be for you. Whether you're in the seat or you're listening, you're going to get an education that you will get nowhere else. I guarantee you that. No gatekeeping, no secrets, no mysteries. This is all for you. This is for the community to learn, to expand, and grow upon. I commit to that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little choppy. Please bear with me. I've never done anything like this before. So I'm still learning. I learn every day. And as long as you're open to that, you're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Our next episode, lesson 2, it's going to be Hemi Swap 101, the very bare bones basis for Hemi swaps. In that episode, we're going to cover the individual columns of the Hemi swap. So you can take the whole Hemi swap project, if you will, and break it down into the individual sections that you need to understand and master. We're going to do that. We're going to break it down into a way that's concise and easy to understand. No fluff, just the truth, just the facts, straight when you need it. So, this is a short session. It's just a brief introduction. I just wanted you to get to know who I am and what this podcast is all about. Thank you for sticking around. We hope that you do subscribe to the podcast and stay with us for many episodes to come. Class dismissed.